Hello and welcome to today's tutorial, and I'm going to show you a little bit more about Python and a data type called float. From here on out I'm just going to use Python 3 unless I have a reason to use Python 2 like I said in the first video. Okay, so we can do math and more complex stuff like this, and this all works in Python. So floats are anything that's a decimal point versus an integer, which is a whole number. So if you have my float equals 3.3 and then you check the type and it's a float versus an int. So like age equals 33, type age. So this is a new data type called a float. And it basically just provides decimal point math with Python. Hard to type and talk at the same time. Okay, so that's basically all you really need to know about floats. The next thing I'm going to teach you is how to convert in between all these different types. So you have int, float, string so far. And you can always do, so we did this in the last tutorial. This is an integer. You can always do print my age is as like this. And this will convert it from a string, an integer to a string. So you can also do that with floats. So you can do print my float is otherwise you'll get conversion errors here. And it'll just say can't convert. So in the same way goes the other direction too. So if we have age equals 33, I can actually do age int age plus 5 here. And this is the opposite of what I did in the first video. So if you haven't seen that one, go watch it. One of the last things I'm going to show you, two more things, is how to format numbers. So if you have a value and it has just endless amounts of data like this, there's an easy way to format it, and it's just have to do quote mark, parenthesis, or that bracket like this, and then format value. This is basically saying use these characters in the format function and format it for me. And actually, it can't be a string, so that's the problem right now. I made a mistake there. This needs to be like this. So you can only run the format like this on a number. And there you go. So you have all broken up now with commas. So that's an easy way to do simple formatting. The last thing I'm actually going to show you is how to start importing modules. So Python has something called the standard library, and basically it just is import module name, or from module name import function. Basically is how we did the previous video, which was from future, but you shouldn't do this in Python 3. You only need to do it in Python 2. Is that from future import print function. But we're going to import this math function here, and then you have print math.py. And you're asking probably yourself, why can't we just set this number ourselves, and you can, but as machines get better, this pi precision gets better. So on 32-bit machines, this number was different than this one because this is a 64-bit machine. So keep that in mind, and then you can just do math on it. So you can just do 5 times math.pi, and that all works. So that's how to use the float data type. You're able to convert in between string, so integer, float can all be converted to a string. You don't want to do, of course, a float to an int because then you'll lose values because that's a decimal. So that's another thing you don't want to do. So like, I wonder what actually happens. Let's try int float by float. So it just truncates it. You certainly don't want that. So just remove .3. So you never want, if you think about it, you never want to float to an int, no matter what. It shouldn't even actually let you do that, but I guess it does. So, but you can go backwards too, from a string to an int, a string to a float, and the formatting function is only available on integers and floats, I believe. Yeah, let's try this. New float. And then so yeah, it's available on the integer data type and the float data type, but not the string. So this was the mistake I made. And this is what it'll say. Cannot specify a comma with S, which that is a terrible error message. I wish they would catch that better. But those are the problems you run into. If you have any questions, please post them in the comments below, and I'll put all this in the notes. And till next time, thanks.